Hi there, thanks for joining me here, Mom Talk, for another video. Today we're batch cooking again for the week for my family, which makes our whole week go through smoothly. It also just happens to be that I am hosting family from out of town, so this was so helpful. I'm so glad I'd already cooked so we could visit with family, and meals already ready to go. This was so worth it. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new here, subscribe, like, and thanks for joining me. With a lot of zucchinis, I'm gonna use those zucchinis to make some meals. Right here, we're just gonna go ahead and make some zucchini banana chocolate chip muffins and bread. Those will be afternoon snacks for when children just need something sweet or quick, easy snack to grab and go. And I'm grateful for how this turned out. Because of the price of of eggs, I've just been really substituting apple sauces for eggs. And I had some apple sauces, but I didn't have enough apple sauces, so I did also substitute some pumpkin puree to help with that. This turned out so good that even though my guests who were visiting so had picky children were able to eat this and enjoy them. So this was so good. I'm grateful I did those. Actually still have some leftovers. So yeah, those are turning out well. Just mixing my dry ingredients to go with my wet ingredients right there. Just mix it all up. The oven is already on. It's heated. I ended up opting to just do a few muffins. I think I did only 24 muffins, and then the other ones loaves. I probably prefer muffins more because when you're feeding a lot of children, it's easier for something quick that they can grab. But again, I've had issues getting the right muffin liners that I want, so I didn't have enough. I did order them. They came back in later after I had baked, so probably next time I'll just be doing muffins. But even the banana bread, the zucchini bread is good. I actually served them for part of lunch today. Just hands on. I just did hands like chickpea board with zucchini bread and tortilla with cheese and bell peppers and all that, finger foods for them to have for lunch because we had a late breakfast today. Again, we've been having guests from out of town, so breakfast was a little later just because they went to bed late. So anyway, so that's what we did with the zucchini breads. This was supposed to be just for lunch, but today we did them for snacks, but today we did them for lunch. And next we're gonna, once I get this in the oven, most of my children like to help. And of course, would you like zucchini bread without chocolate chips? I don't know. My children would only eat them with chocolate chips, so we obviously have to add chocolate chips in as what makes them so delicious. One of my guests, she's like, "What? There's zucchini in that? I can't have it." And I'm like, "Just try." Once they try them, they're like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know I could enjoy something with zucchini in it." But of course, the chocolate chips make it just taste delicious. So these were a definite hit. And so I still have some zucchinis. I might do that, or I might just use some of the zucchini. I might do zucchini bread again or muffins. I might just use them for other meals, but we'll see. For now, I'm glad we did this. The muffins are ready to go in the oven for 20 minutes at 350. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out some of the bread puns and then get going baking the zucchini chocolate chip loaves in the oven. I did about 4 loaves, I think. So these are ready. Also, they'll go in the oven and cook a bit longer than the muffins. Now we can move on to the next meal that I'm preparing ahead, which is granola. This is gonna be our breakfast for most of the mornings. And so I have my 10-year-old just really likes to help with granola because he really likes granola. But right now I have 2 of my children, my 7-year-old and my 10-year-old son helping, and my daughter helping. So we like a lot of cinnamon, throwing in there, coating with a little bit of coconut oil, throwing in that honey because of course it's gonna be sweet. I don't make it that sweet a lot because you have all the toppings that are gonna be sweeter, but they enjoy getting their hands in there, and I find my son finds it easier to just mix with his hands rather than a spatula. So these are ready to go, lined up with parchment paper, and they're gonna go in the oven just a few minutes just to toast it. So for about 13 minutes or so in the oven. And I'm grateful for these helpers of mine. So we did the entire bowl. My daughter here helping me. We did the entire bowl, and yeah. So that was breakfast for most of the mornings. Now on to the next meal. While all that is cooking in the oven, going on chopping some carrots, getting some vegetables cooked here for the week. I have a lot of carrots that I was blessed with, like, oh my goodness, like maybe a 15 pounds carrots. So I'm going ahead and chopping some of the carrots, the onions too. I'm going to saute some vegetables and have them ready to go, cooked in the oven. They can go as sides for different kind of meals. As long as they're already cooked, we could just literally get some of the meats that I'm gonna cook and just add these vegetables on the side, and voila, a meal is ready. So here we go. I'm gonna go start sauteing my carrots, lots of them. So 2 big pans of cooking here. Again, batch cooking for a week for a large family. Now with family coming from out of town. Adding in going to chop these onions to go along with that. And now throw this, once I've chopped the onions, I'm going to throw it in the pot to saute with the carrots. And next will be zucchinis, because I have a lot of zucchinis too. Some I use for those muffins that you saw, but I have a lot that I also want to cook. I just tend to cook whatever I have at home. I do not like wasting food. So when I get blessed with food, or I find some foods a lot that are on sale, I buy in bulk and just cook that. So that's what we're doing. Lots of zucchini. Just going to chop them small so my children can also eat them. And I'm going to saute that with the onions. And we'll have a lot of vegetables to eat this week that are ready, good to go. Next, I'm chopping up some mushrooms, because I also have some mushrooms, beautiful mushrooms, huge mushrooms that I had in the fridge. And they're all going to go in that pan. There goes my zucchinis, add the mushrooms, voila. That's delicious goodness that is gonna be good for us. Healthy meals, healthy sides that are ready to go for the rest of the week. And now I have spring mix salads in the fridge. That's also gonna be another side to use all week. So this is what we're gonna do. Ready to go. Throw them on there. They don't take too long. And I saute them just a little bit, not too much. I don't want to make them too soft, because again, I'm gonna be reheating them before I cook them. Just enough just to saute them a little bit and season them, and we're good to go. Here, those beautiful mushrooms finally added. It's all done. Look how good that turned out. I like the beautiful colors, and just different colors and how they come together. Oh, just appetizing. It's making me hungry looking at it. Now let's check on what's going on the oven. Right now I have the bread, the zucchini bread and chocolate chip muffins done, but also have a few other things in the oven. I'll show you, but let's pull this out. Look at those. They are ready. They're ready. 1, 2, 3. I think I had 4 loaves. Where's the 4th one? Somewhere else. Okay, next, moving on. I am doing a dessert pre-made, a protein-packed dessert that I'm gonna keep in the oven. And this is my pumpkin mousse cottage. Call it pumpkin mousse, really, but it's cottage, low-fat cottage. Is pumpkin puree and just gentle stevia to go with it. I'm just gonna make it into a mousse and keep it in small containers, servings of dessert for me, or a quick snack in the afternoon when you need something a little bit sweet but yet protein packed. Those are just gonna be quick in the fridge there, just to quickly grab. So easily blend with of course I put some spices. It tastes like pumpkin pie because it has pumpkin pie spice to it, and that just brings that gives it that amazing flavor there. And I'm just keeping them in those small containers, so it's a good serving for me. And here we go. I have chicken legs. I forgot to take pictures when I was when I was preparing this, but chicken drumsticks and chicken legs and thighs together, those are so good. These are the THM hubby loving chicken recipe that I'm using. Delicious. I'm using this because it's a hit in my family. My children love it. I love it. This is a recipe that does not fail at any time. Delicious. Look at those. So good. And of course I'm gonna keep that juice, and I use some of that juice as a broth to make my rice. So I'm keeping some there on the side for broth. Next we're going on, I'm cooking. I have a lot of pork steaks, some with ribs, some without. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw those, saute them just to brown them on the stove a little bit, just to give it that beautiful brown flavor with a little just on the stove with a little bit of butter. Then I'm gonna throw them in the oven to finish cooking. Just need them to get that nice beautiful coating, season it there, and then we'll finish it all off in the oven along with other stuff. But there's a lot I'm cooking, so it's just over and over until they're all done. But once it's done, it pays off. So this is what I did with these ones. Oh, look at that, how beautiful that looks. What I did having this, honestly, so one of my relatives, a mom who was visiting, and I really enjoyed just heating this up, just threw them on the pan and sauteed it a little bit, let the juices come out, and then we threw them on top of a bed of spring mix that I told you, the salads that I had in the fridge, and just kept some tomatoes, put your dressings, vinaigrettes, and wow, that was a delicious healthy lunch that was ready to go. But it was put together within 5 minutes because the meat was already cooked. This is a lifesaver for me. Just always have some kind of protein meats there. But even for my boys, my teenage guys who are just working out or need a lot of meat, goodness, they just love to just come and grab this, heat it up either in the microwave or on the stove for them, and they, after they work out, on top of whatever they want to snack with, and they already have a protein together. So I just absolutely appreciate having my meats ready to go. It's gonna go the same thing with the chickens. Look at that, those are so good. I'm gonna pull those out. They're finally done. I put them a little bit in longer. They're coming out delicious. Look at that. And then I could put in my meat. Well, that's I'm gonna find room for that. Then put some meat in there. It's juggling. When you're batch cooking, it's like, okay, you have one oven, one needs to go in. Everything has to be timed to get it all done well. But while that's in, I'll move on to the next. I have another box of delicious plantain that I got blessed with. And so, me not wanting to waste, here I am. I decided to, last time you saw me fry plantain, these ones I am going to bake, and my beautiful daughter wants to help me. So we're cutting them in small circles, we're laying them down on the parchment paper, and I'm just gonna brush them a little bit with oil on top, and then I'm gonna bake them. And I'd never done this. I just wanted to see would it turn out that good, would it just taste as good as frying them but without all that excess oil. Honestly, this worked out perfect. It's probably my new way of eating plantain. Look at those. They're nice and delicious and so sweet. Oh my goodness, they're so sweet. I couldn't eat that many, but my children enjoyed them. My meat is ready. It's time for it to come out the oven, and it's nice and soft and juicy. Perfect. Look at that. Awesome. Ready. I'm excited how they turned out. They were delicious. I thank you for joining me through for the whole video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and share the videos with others to inspire them. I'm glad I took the time to do this because I just really kicked out and just hung out with my family and had a great time. For those steak meat, I was able to throw some salads together, just literally heat it up and throw over the salad. It was beautiful. It is easy. Even just the plantain, I remember one of the movie nights, I just heated them up in the oven, got them a little bit more crunchy, and they could munch on that during a movie time. I'm just glad I prepped some of the meals. It was so much easier to have granola ready to go for morning. Some of the mornings, the other mornings I made pancakes, but I was so glad that I had that ready. It made our week much smoother. Thank you for joining me. Until the next video, bye bye.